What up, fam? Good morning to you all. Let's just tap in because I'm enjoying this so much. Oh, I'm enjoying this so much. We're talking about the UAPs, the drones, the ARVs, the fallen angels, the interdimensional beings, the creatures that may have been here longer than us, living under the sea, all that stuff. I love it all. That is my bag. But look, let's talk about this. When this thing first kicked off, I had this funny feeling that this is some type of soft disclosure. But before I just popped my top and started rambling and ranting about aliens coming and all this other stuff, I said, let me watch. We had the AI prediction about Trump and Joe Rogan, but I said, let me just watch and see what's going on. And as the days kind of went by and these things were showing up, I said, okay, my indicator that's going to tell me that these things are something different, not from around here, is going to be when the government can't track these drones, UAPs, things, when they can't track them, when they can't trace them, when they can't find a flight identification number on them, when they can't stop them from appearing, when they can't find out where they're from, and when they can't take good pictures or interact with these things, that's when I am going to know that these things are different from someplace else. And that's exactly where we're at right now. That is exactly where we're at. Look. The first switcheroo, if you watch the government, the first switcheroo was when they decided to start calling these things drones rather than UAPs, which are unidentified aerial phenomenon. That's what these things are. If you can't track it, trace it, take pictures, tell where it's from, if you can't take it down, if you can't do it, it's a unidentified aerial phenomenon. So the first switcheroo was to put the title of drones on these things. All right. And the more and more these things kept coming. I figured maybe they would stop, but I think it's soft disclosure. They just kept coming, and they're still coming, and they're spreading. Everything the government has done to throw us off has not worked because we're not stupid. Let's just run down the list. First and foremost, Mayorkas came out and said, hey, look, guys, calm down. These things are not a threat. They probably know that they're not a threat because they've been seeing these things for years. But they said they're not a threat. Don't worry about it. And what you're seeing is just airplanes. Basically calling everyone that's been seeing these things above their homes, in their towns, in their cars, stupid. So that was the first kind of, it's just nothing, guys. It's just go back to business as usual. That did not work. Now, secondly, they said that it wasn't a threat. How can it not be a threat when it is, when they're having planes change course, when they're hovering around military bases? I saw a video last night where a top drone specialist military company guy said, it's no big deal, but we don't know what they are. How does he not know? He makes high-tech military drones. Then another guy came out and said, look. It's probably just some guys playing around with some hobby drones. He's like, look, you can fly them over military bases. You won't get in trouble. Let me try that with my drone. I've been flying my little DJI drone for probably about 3 years now. I love the thing. I know its capabilities. I cannot fly over a military base. I cannot fly around an airport. The identification system on these little bitty small DJI drones, when I go up 400 feet, I have to sign a waiver saying that I want to go higher. When you pull up the app on your controller, the DJI app, it clearly shows you. It's like the Google Maps. It shows you blown up the entire city. Areas you cannot fly are red. Areas where you can fly, but you need to sign a waiver are orange. It will show you. You cannot fly 5 miles that way. You cannot fly over the highway. It will not let you. Yo, I'm done with it. Okay, so then check this out. Then once they were observed coming out of the ocean, right? What did I say? The sheriff said 50 of these craft came out of the ocean. What did they say? Oh, it's an Iranian mothership off the coast. Bullshit! Bullshit! No, that's not how it works. We would have blown that thing out of the water. But let me not let this be drawn out too much. So now they're saying that there is a credible nuclear threat, which I think one of the nuclear things is a pin that's missing. Guys, this is what they have to do. Because if you go back to the beginning, like I said, when they cannot track, trace, identify, stop, when the government has no control, they're going to try to scare the daylights out of you. They can't stop these things. I watched the video. I'll try to tag it. I watched the video last night. It's a TikTok video. It's making its rounds now. Yes, now we're seeing a lot of drones. I think the United States is trying to flood the sky with drones, when initially it was the UAPs that were causing the problems. You know, doing the funky things with the radio, changing the clocks in people's houses. They say when a lot of our drones, like the police has these drones that when they get close, they either lose power, lose signal, or just do crazy things. Look, they can't stop it. This video that's going around, it clearly shows this orange UAP hovering. And then they show a drone. Yes, with the FAA, the warning lights, the green and the red and the white. Yeah, okay. Why would an adversary have those lights shining? That's not how adversaries work. They don't want to be known, because if it was an adversary, we would have taken them out of the sky. We would have shot them down without hesitating. So this drone, and this drone is pretty high tech. This is the drone that's trying to observe this. It's probably one of the police drones, and the thing is probably gonna run you 50 grand. You see this drone maneuvering, and it's maneuvering pretty fast. It's pretty agile. And if this is that orb, it comes up, it goes around, it comes around, it shoots up, when it comes back, and once it gets too close to it, the only thing you see is the drone with the blinking lights. The lights turn red, and this thing just crashes down to the ground. Whatever you want to call it, electromagnetic frequencies, a defense system, whatever it was, the UAPs aren't even bothered or thinking about anything we can put up there right now. I'm telling you guys, this is what I'm thinking. We are entering into an end of an age. World War III will happen. Now when? I can't tell you. Is it going to be next year? Is it going to be the next 5 years? I don't know, but it's going to be soon. World War III will happen. We are on the cusp. Biblical prophecy is unfolding. And the good book says the last days, just as in the days of Noah, so shall the last days be. And they had everything from giants to fallen angels to Nephilims. They had all types of weird things taking place. And I think we're entering back into that time period. We know what's coming. I'm sure everyone's seen videos of the rapture and how it's going to happen tomorrow and how it's going to happen last week and how it's going to happen next week. Guys, this is the time period that we're in. The problem is that we will not be able to stop these UAPs. They're going to stop when they want to stop. And because they're making themselves seen and present, it tells me that we're headed for some form of a soft disclosure. I don't know if it's going to be 6 months from now or a year from now. Obviously, they aren't trying to communicate. They just want themselves to be known. They want people to know that we are here. And this is a global deal. If you really want to know what's really got me flabbergasted, it's the fact that no other countries have chimed in about these drones. Yes, this is a global situation, but China hasn't offered help to try and detect what these things are. Russia hasn't. No one has tried, the allies, to help us detect what these things are. So one, either they know and they don't want to get involved. Two, they have their own problems of soft disclosure happening where they're at. Or three, they already know there is nothing that can be done to stop these things. Guys, we are here, y'all. My homeboy PT said it in the video, and it kills me to even say, guys, just prepare. Just keep doing the things and prepare, because we've been screaming it for years. It's been the end of the world for forever, you know? But with so many things on the cusp from Russia and Ukraine, from World War III. Look, things are so crazy. There are things happening backstage that we don't even know about. China said, okay, with this tariffs, we're going to stop buying $690 billion of agriculture from the U.S. I saw some videos where the farmers are pretty pissed. They're pretty scared right now. And they're like, hey, when T-Man gets in, hopefully he can fix this so we can do a couple things, because China last year built a big, beautiful port to transport, to increase imports and exports between China and Brazil. So now China is getting its wheat and grain and agriculture from Brazil at a much cheaper price than it would get us from here. Guys, try to hold on to your money. If you are going to spend, yeah, do the holiday thing, but if you are going to spend, get the things that will carry you through a very hard time. Get the things that will carry you through a Great Depression-like time. Don't get the little reeky-deek things that make you feel good for 2 days and then you chunk it. You know, the $20, $30 things off Amazon. Make sure that every purchase has two purposes. And that's what I'm doing. I've actually cut back on buying a lot of the Amazon crap that I just didn't need. The things that my heart just, oh yeah, that looks cool. I think I'd like to try that. And you get it, you play with it for a couple hours, and then you throw it in the pile with the rest of the stuff. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. This is soft disclosure. And I'm going to tell you, when a disclosure turns a little bit harder and it's not soft, things are going to really get wild. They keep saying if the government told us what's really happening, it would cause panic, it would cause chaos, it would cause pandemonium. And they're trying to say, oh, well, there's a nuke somewhere in one of the major cities that can, go off and destroy the entire city and kill everybody. Yeah, that definitely do it. But then again, what if they did come out and say, these are interdimensional beings and we have no way to protect or defend against these if they decide to do us harm? If that does not cause global problems, chaos, I don't know what would. Love y'all. Y'all be safe. Your boy just Josh. Peace. I'm going to work. Later. I should have said this in the beginning of the video. Casey Littlewell's got something. See these? Tell y'all. We're gonna do a little compilation video. I'm not doing lives, but we're gonna do a little compilation video and throw it out there. So be looking out for that. For real, y'all. Seriously. It pertains to this whole peace.